Periscope too on Mr. Nice Guy Tips. Check us out. Yo, what's up? Hello? He hung up. Wow. How do I block all calls from coming in?
Airplane mode, turn Wi-Fi on. And then we're going to have to restart that stream.
Ugh. All right.
Which is fine because we're going to start everything at the same time.
Can you start that?
All right, there we go. We're live. Just so everyone knows, we are live.
Fucking retarded.
Okay.
Okay, fix it.
What do I can't find you under that.
1 second.
It'll be on soon.
Need to restart Periscope before we get started.
Look at my hand. It's still.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to touch your head.
Oh, okay.
Kind of hard to type sideways.
There you go.
Oh, there he goes.
I already did.
Oh.
Cancel.
What the?
You want notifications?
Ding, ding.
Okay.
Okay, what's wrong?
Don't turn them on right just yet. Share it with your friends, family.
Why did this come up?
What?
Can you want Wadia? Like I know him, I've seen the video.
Yeah.
But why did this come up?
Because I did an interview with him.
Oh.
All right, guys.
So if you go in here,
Mr. Nice Guy will be here very shortly. We're going to get this Periscope
I
started.
did an interview with him.
Oh, cool.
Just 1 sec.
Is he Arabic?
Yeah, I don't know. You're showing my feet.
Don't worry, I'm going to zoom. Don't worry about that. Just
Well, fix it
1 sec.
now. I don't want people to see
I
my
will.
feet. Feet.
Go. I always fix it. Don't have to worry about me.
Hide my feet. What's going on, guys? It's Mr. Nice Guy here to talk to you about success. Talk to you a little bit about what you want and how to achieve it. On Sunday, we did talk about your reasons why and why you need reasons why. It's very important to have reasons that will drive your desires, your intent, and what you want to get there. We do have people viewing, so forgive a little bit of background noise. However, because they will be taking notes. Guys, after you know what you want and what you want to achieve, you have to work out things that help put you in line to achieve those actions. You got to put things in line that will help you flourish those things. You have to put actions behind your goals or your destinations. If you remember, we changed the word goal to destination because goals you never really get there, whereas destinations become very tangible, something you can touch, feel, and something that you can achieve. It's very important that you have destinations for yourself and understand that these destinations are real things that you're going to. So you're going to make a strategy in how to get there. Okay. Very simply, I wrote down if I wanted a house that is valued at $650,000 and I want it within the year, then what I have to do is produce $650,000. So if I make $1,000 per unit sold, above my current lifestyle, I need to sell an extra 650 units. If I have a 33% closing ratio of being able to sell this, then I need approximately just under 1,970 people. Divide that by 365 days. So every day I have to sell an extra 6 people of what I'm currently producing. I got to work faster, got to work harder and achieve that. Before income tax. So if income tax is predicted to be about 50% at the 100K mark, so I need about 12 customers instead of 6 customers, or I can divide it into 2 and do 6 and 6. But this has to be provided. So I can sell something else to 6 people a day that gives me $1,000 and do something at my work to keep things interesting. But there's multiple ways that you can do that and achieve that. So sales is very simple. You meet somebody, you learn about them, and you teach them. So how do you get what you want? You have to sell yourself, okay? You always have to sell yourself. To get a job, you got to sell yourself. And what are you afraid of? Are you afraid of failure? Are you afraid of them saying no to you? What's the worst that can happen when you sell yourself to somebody? Now, it costs no money for you to sell yourself to somebody. It absolutely costs no money. What it costs is time and effort. And time and effort doesn't cost you anything. But if you need more time, for example, if you only had 1 hour a day and it takes you 1 hour to make one phone call, then make your phone calls faster. Make your phone calls faster. Make 6 phone calls in an hour. So that's 10 minutes of phone call. Bang out what you need to bang out. The faster you bang out, the more things you have to do, the more efficient you are, the more people will want to work with you naturally. It's very simple. So if you're busy, people will want more of your time, that you have a purpose, that you have a goal, that you're driven, that you look like you're going somewhere, right? It's not an effect, it's because you actually do. I need to finish this phone call to jump on the next so I can have my success. Busy people get things done, and people love working with busy people, right? So that effect becomes immediate. Also, when you're pure busy, then people are forced to work with you to schedule a secure time. But if you feel like you have all the time in the world, they're going to feel like, and they're going to treat you as if they have all the time in the world. For example, they will go, oh, I'll get back to you. Is that okay? And then you'll be like, yeah, that's fine. Because your brain and your subconscious is allowing them to have all that space. You have no sense of urgency. You have no sense of need. Urgency now. If you don't buy today, this is what you're going to lose. You need me. You need my service. You need my product today. You need it now. And that urgency will get you there. Guys, if you knock on 100 doors and you can only one door opens, then knock on more so that you can achieve the number you want. If I need to sell to 6 people a day and I knock on 100 doors and one person buys, I need to knock on 600 doors a day. So I need to knock on doors faster. If they're not opening their doors to me, I need to knock on doors faster, make my production rate go higher, because I only have that same amount of time a day. But you can produce more time by doing things more effectively, more efficiently, and at a faster rate. Be busy, be consistently busy. Beat the clock every day. Wake up with a mental note in your head and a mental goal. Understand your track record. Can you tweak all this? Absolutely, you can tweak all this. And it's very important that you do tweak all this as you go, because your lifestyle will change. You'll have more family members. You'll have more life situations that you will add on. And you need to tweak your life to make things available. So sales. Knock on a person's door. Door-to-door sales. Make more calls. Make more phone calls. Make more follow-ups. What is needed in the sales procedure? When you are selling, do not concentrate so much on what you need to say and how to say it. If you do not have the skill to sell, then at first, learn to knock on people's doors. That's the first step. If you're doing door-to-door sales, get out, go to that first door, and when you feel afraid and give yourself all these excuses on why you should not knock on their door, just knock on their door. Automatically, you are forced to say what you need to say. Automatically, you're forced to proceed into selling. Will you get a no? Yes, you will. But even if you know nothing in sales, somebody will buy the product from you, because there's obviously a product given to a market. So you can be absolutely horrible at sales, give them the product, and they will still buy from you, because that product was created to fill a need. See a need, fill a need, hey. So it's very important that you get out there to start. The second step is training yourself to smile, right? People trust people who smile, and you are busy. You are constantly busy. Your phone is ringing. People are getting back to you. Your main purpose on the first sale, the first phone call, the first initial contact is to set up an appointment for a second contact. That's your main appointment. That's your first yes. And that's how you guys get what you want. When you go into a job interview, I have to say my last 4 jobs, I didn't even hand out a resume. Okay? When you go into an interview, I don't ask for the interview. I ask for how much time they have and how much they want to achieve with me. I ask them and make my way in. Who's the person in charge? Why? I build a relationship with the person who's going to introduce me to the person in charge, just enough so I can meet the person in charge. And once I meet the person in charge, I validate who I am and if I can come back and bother them again. That's my most important goal, is to validate that I can come back again and bother them again to get what I want from them at time. Because understand, when a person is not expecting you to come, you are disturbing them. You cannot make the sale the first contact. You maybe not be able to make the sale the second contact, or the third, fourth, or fifth. You might be able to. Every time that you initiate another contact, you have a higher ratio, a higher closing ratio, and you have a better sellability ratio, okay? So you want to follow up. You want to meet, follow up, schedule appointments accordingly, build that relationship with them. let them know, okay, the worst thing that can happen is they can hate you, but you didn't know them to begin with. Oh, what are you going to hate me for? For doing my job right as a salesperson? For following up? This is what I'm supposed to do. So you don't like to do your job right? That doesn't make sense, right? So the worst that they can hate you for is doing your job right, for being annoying because you're doing your job, you're supposed to, this is how you earn your living. The best way to kill that curse immediately is to let them know you're a salesperson right off the hand. I'm trying to sell you a product, I'm not trying to build it, I'm trying to sell you this water machine. I'm bringing it right to their doorstep. And this is what I'm trying to do. This is what I'm trying to achieve. I know I'm disturbing you right now. When is the best time for me to come back and have that time and have that space so that I can initiate contact with you? Okay, what's the best way to arrange that? Right? So people feel involved. People feel that they are in control of the situation and you're respecting their time. And when you come back, the best thing to do is, how much time do you have today for me to speak to you about this product and what would you like to achieve first? You are not now acknowledging their existence, that their time, that you're respecting their time. Hey, listen, 90% of the time you will always go overtime, but people never have enough time or money. We live in a time and period where in this century, everybody feels like everything is scarce. Everything is scarce. I don't have enough time. I don't have enough money. I don't have enough time. I don't have enough money. And everybody's saying the same thing. People don't live in abundance anymore, and you need to bring that abundance to them. And by bringing the abundance to them, but we make time for things we care about. So if you put enough value, put enough emphasis, they will care about it. Okay, so after you get into the door the second time, the third time, you get them on the phone the fifth time, sixth time, seventh time, what you want to build is exposure, because you want to get into their heads. First, they're going to criticize you. And when they criticize you, that is an objection. They're going to give you no's. They're going to say, no, keep coming back, keep coming back. You know, don't trespass, don't bother them. If they tell you absolutely stop, then you absolutely stop. But if they're just saying no to your sale, come back, go harder, push harder, and give them more value where they're looking for value. See where they're seeking no. See what they need in their life so that they can say the yes. You haven't given them that yes factor, that value. When people say no, don't listen to their no's. Okay? Oh, it's too expensive. That's a no. Well, you haven't given enough value per dollar that they're spending, but it is priced in the market at this rate for a certain reason. You want to give them that value. It's very important to tie that value to what the product is. Once you tie that value and increase that value and say yes, and their customer saying yes, yes. Do you need this? Yes. Do you need that? Yes. Do you want this? Yes. What if I took this away? No, I want that. Okay, so then you have to pay for it. Sales is very easy. We're all consumers. We're all buyers. This is the 21st century. Let's be honest. It's not barter for trade anymore. We buy and sell things and use money as our currency. So when you go out into the field and when you decide that you're going to sell something, understand all the values, but understand the customer can only hear about 10% of that value. 90% of it is how you made him feel through your body language, tonality, and what you're sharing with them and how relevant it is to them. If they only hear 10% of the gibberish, the rest is noise to them, then that 10% of the time, of the 100% of effort that you're pouring out, you must be talking about what they care about. And you need to find out what they care about. How many kids they have, how many, cars are they driving, where are they doing for work, this and that. Whatever is relevant that you can tie back to the product that you're selling will help you achieve success. So that's very important, guys. So after you find out what your goal is and you work out your goal and you understand your sales number and what you want to achieve in your life, you need to go after what it is that people want and why they would want to buy your product. Why you? So why are they buying from you and not somebody else? First thing, you're competing with their product. Okay, so to get what you want, for those viewers who just joined, to get what you want, you have to figure out why the customers want something. You have to sell your life, whether it's a job, whether you're appealing to a manager. This is a short recap. Why you? Why should anybody buy you? What makes you different? On a recent interview, I asked the manager, am I smarter than the stupidest guy here? I came in without a resume, asked, am I smarter than the stupidest guy? And then, so why wouldn't you hire me? Was one of the questions. There was more to it, but that's the gist of it. And that was the end and closing question for him. Ask a lot of questions, play doctor. When the more questions you ask, if you go into a doctor's office, why do you trust doctors too much? I don't think it's their piece of paper that says, I went through 8 years of school or whatnot. I think that you trust doctors because they ask you a lot of questions, that you feel that, you know, they've earned your trust, that, you know, you feel that they understand you, they understand your problem. Yet sometimes they give you a medication that doesn't even work for you, and you have to go back. And it's like, doctor, my sickness is getting worse, and it's getting worse. Oh, then you have this. After he asks you a load more of questions that were quite similar to the first questions he asked you. And then he tells you a story, you know, and he talks about other things, but doctors rarely say anything to you about what you need. They don't start selling you a product until they know how you're feeling and what's going on. So you need to play a doctor. You need to understand why you, okay? But why you to the customer means I'm different, I'm this, I'm that. You can say that once, twice, 3 times in different many ways. I have a different product. I am a better person. I'm more energetic. I'm busy. I'm producing. That all comes when you speed up, when you act busy. Okay, so image is 1. Time scarcity is 2. I can't spell, guys. I didn't finish school. Scarcity. Okay, I hope that's right. Anyways, the point is why you. When you go out to sell, people need to know why they're buying from you, or why they're buying your product, or why you're buying your service. And it is your job, your absolute duty, to make them feel that they are losing out by not buying with you. You need to hammer them a couple of times. You need to go at it over and over. You need to call them 100 times. Okay? Not actually 100, maybe 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 times until they tell you absolutely, do not call me anymore. You are disturbing my family. You are disturbing. Sorry, sir, I'm just doing my job. This is my job as a salesperson. I'm sure you understand it. I'm pretty sure that you do your job well too. And often you will see that will close their customer for you. How do you make a customer feel that you are in charge? Body language is very important. Having your shoulders pulled back, standing high, having belief in yourself, that all shows on your face. When you're scared, when you feel certain things, when you love somebody, all that shows on your face. There are certain things that we cannot hide from people, and that is body language. A lot of salespeople who have done sales for a long time can understand if a customer is a buyer right away from the same body language. A lot of salespeople can understand that if you're just browsing around, are you on the first or the fourth, which is the final stage of sales? Are you in the opening, browsing around to see what product is right for you? Are you on the second stage, product discovery, learning more about the product so you can filter down to the last few? Are you on the demonstration phase where you need to see the product in action, touch, feel the shoe, so once you put it on the shoe, then that it's right for you? And are you on the negotiation phase, where you measure, is the price worth the actual product? And that depends on how much value it gives you. Guys, I've ate meals from $20. I've ate meals up to $500 per person. And what makes it different is the quality, the environment, the people, the value that they have given me. A lot of the places where I'm like, wow, the bill is $500. I've talked to the chefs. I've talked to, the owner. I've understood that they are one of the best producers and relationship builders out there. A plate has to come out a certain way, or you don't work for them. That's a very famous line from one of our interviews that we're going to be posting up on YouTube on Mr. Nice Guy channel very soon, from Chris and Mama D's. You guys are going to be very excited to see that interview. Very long interview. I rarely shut up, and this guy had me shut up for 45 minutes, except for the 3 questions I asked him. It was absolutely amazing. I got sold too. Sell or be sold, guys. Grant Cardone. But back, you have to generate a certain emotion to keep people there. This is our second sales training, and this is just the skin surface of what you need to do to improve sales. When you meet somebody, stare them in the eye, practice your stare, look at yourself in the mirror. How does your face look? If you have your mouth open and you look like a retard, chances are people think you're a retard. Half the times you don't hear what people are saying because they're talking in their subconscious. I don't want to deal with this guy, or I want to deal with this guy because I want to crush him because he looks stupid, right? So you have to understand what people's perception of you is, and the only way you can understand that is if you understand your perception of people. It's very important. It's absolutely important. If I stand here with my mouth open, and you know, then you guys think I'm an absolute retard and nobody would be tuned in. Yet after one session and 1 week of being on YouTube, we have between 8 to 40 hits on every single video, because I don't look like 100% retard, or just half. You guys need to understand that image has a lot to do with sales, but it's also your perception. How much do you believe in yourself? If you don't believe in yourself, if that makes you afraid, if you don't think people will say yes to you, then go out and do things to make them say yes. Hi, hello, and hold out your hand. See if they shake it. If they shake it, that's a yes. Smile. If they smile back, that's another yes. It's as simple as that. Sales is as simple as that. Don't make it more complicated than it is. Stare them in the eye. If they're staring back in your eye, then you're doing something right. If they're smiling at you when you're smiling, you're doing something right. Okay? If they answer you when you're, hi, how are you? And they say, good, how are you? Okay? You're closer to the close. I'm fine. That's not an answer. That's a no. Why are you fine? What's wrong with your day? Go out and connect with people, and that's the best way to start selling. Just meet people and start selling. Sales by hello. Sales by goodbye. Sales by how are you? Sell 24/7 and learn how to sell 24/7. It's very important. Absolutely, absolutely very important. The minute you wake up, sell yourself. Look in the mirror. Tell yourself how important you are. Look at your smile. Is my smile good enough? Judge yourself and improve yourself. Then, if you were able to beat the sun and woke up earlier than the sun, do as many things as you can before the sun rises. Okay, that sells yourself, because why? Yes, I made my bed. Yes, I read 20 books. 20 pages. Yes, I made breakfast. Yes, I ate breakfast. Yes, I did my morning stretch. The more you beat the sun and the more you do things that you're supposed to do, the more confirmations you have in your head to trust yourself. The more confirmations you have in your head to trust yourself. The more you're telling yourself that you are doing things right, that you're living life in the right direction, that you are moving right. The army uses simple things, simple tasks as a form to do certain things. Follow orders, which is not very important to us in this course, but mainly for mentality. The army will tell you to make your bed every day. And if you don't make your bed, you get punished for it. And the reason they do that is because when you make your bed, you finish one task, you start feeling like you can do more. You start feeling you can do more. When you brush your teeth in 5 minutes and completed that, why do they put a time limit on everything? Scarcity, making it faster. The army uses psychology to sell to people and to engage them in a certain productivity, a certain stage that makes them believe that they can achieve anything until they go out into the field and get one leg blown off. That's not offensive. What I'm trying to say is that the psychology behind what happens in the army is subconsciously unrealized. I don't want to get punished, so I'm going to do this. But by doing and making my bed and pressing my clothes and shining my shoes, I've achieved simple tasks. So the combination of my belief in myself is absolutely higher than the person who doesn't do that. Go talk to an army guy. I bet you he's just as confident as a salesperson. Go talk to anybody in a figure of authority, a president, a business owner, and I bet you that every day of their life they're doing simple things that make them validate their existence, that make them feel that they're doing things right, that put them in a paradigm shift of success. Yes, 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 yes. And the more yeses you tell yourself, the more yeses that you tell yourself, the more yeses people will see from you. Going fast, going slow, talking fast, talking slow. Which do? I don't know. It doesn't matter, not to begin with. That is not for you to decide. Once you make that first sale, once you knocked on enough doors, how many doors did I knock on to make that first sale? How many phone calls did I make? How many cold calls did I make that first sale? How many follow-ups did I do with my original customers to make that first sale? All that, okay, now how do I improve it? Once you figure out how many times did I smile and someone smiled back? How many times did I walk up to that door before they bought from me? How many hours did I spend with them? Then you can spend time and worry about the other stuff. How do I tweak this? How do I make my smile better? And how do I go about my day better? How do I become more time efficient? I'm spending too much time on this sale. What are the important things? Am I missing the important things in these people's lives? Then you analyze. But until you go out and do the sale, it's all theory and it doesn't feel the same. Because once you get to that door, maybe I shouldn't knock on this person's door because such and such reason. When you're time to pick up the phone call, it's morning. It's not a good time to call them because everybody's going to work. It's lunchtime. They're probably eating and they probably don't want to be disturbed. Oh, it's evening time. They just got off of work and it's not good to call them. Call them fucking now, right? Right now. You want to call them now. You want every reason to give them a phone call because you're making every reason not to. The more you're afraid and the more you give time to be afraid, you're not going to do it. The more you're going to buy yourself out of your goal, out of your destination to not do it. You're going to give yourself so much reason and sit by yourself and think, oh, maybe it's not for me. Well, it's not for you because you've never done it. Well, if you were a baby and you gave up on walking, then you would never walk. Then it's not for you. But kids, why are kids so successful? Why do kids learn things so fast? Because they're not afraid to face their fears. They're not afraid to fail. They're not afraid to do things. Do it until you become successful. When you have an idea, you just do it. Hold that first breath. That first one is the hardest. Then the 100th one becomes easier. Then the 1000th one becomes super easy. And then eventually it just becomes second nature. You're consistently selling and you don't even realize it. You're consistently doing things to validate yourself and you don't even realize it. You're consistently doing things that improve your lifestyle without even realizing it. It becomes a habit. The first one is hard. The 100th one is easier. The 1000th one becomes almost natural. By the time you realize it, guys, you would have sold a lot more than you thought you did. You would have said hi to a lot more people than you have. You would have touched more lives than you thought you could have. But just how do I do this? How do I do that? How do I do it? You're wasting time. You're wasting time of valuable information that you can collect now. And maybe somebody won't buy from you today, but maybe they have a traumatic event. Keep following up. That's why it's important. Maybe they have a traumatic event where somebody's in pain, that they need to relieve pain, and they buy this alkaline water machine from you. All right? Guys, it's very, very, very simple. It doesn't have to be about cars. It doesn't have to be, about water machines. But it has to be about something. You have to go out there and do it. And you have to find those reasons why you want what you want and why you're selling what you're selling and why people will buy into what you're selling. And that's how you achieve what you want, guys, in life. And I'll show you guys how to do that. Very simply, you guys just got to follow my link. Look for me on Mr. Nice Guy Tips on my social handles. And I'll show you guys how to do that. Revolutionize, look in the mirror and see how people see you. Ask people, ask your closest friends, ask your family members how they see you. Do they look at you like you're an idiot? Do they think you've made it in life? Okay, what makes it? Why? Why do you see that about me? Improve yourself as a person. Improve yourself every day as a person and be more, sell more, and that's how you achieve it. Sales does not have to be, here's a product, here, buy it, please, please. That's not sales. Oh, I'm going to make him buy it. That's not sales either. Sales is the essence of connecting and building relationships with people. Sales is that transfer of energy that I'm so excited. I have a product to change your life. I have a product to make your life easier. I have a product to make you smile. And when people buy from you, believe me, when people buy from you, that's the happiest moment of their life for that moment because they felt like they get in control in something. Have you guys ever heard the term shopping therapy? Shopping therapy happens when people are sad. People, something happened. I feel like I need a life change. I'm going to go get a haircut. That's spending money. That's focusing on things that you can control. Aside from shopping therapy, when my life doesn't feel good, I feel like I haven't made it anywhere. I go buy a new pair of shoes. I go buy a new suit. Why do I do that? Personally, why do I do that? So this is a real life story. This is me. Why do I buy new shoes and a new suit? Because my life feels the same, but by buying something, I feel better because I feel like I achieved something. So something as simple as achieving something, when in fact, if my life feels the same, I should be knocking on more doors and picking up more phone calls. Yes, I fall into your trap as well because we're programmed as humans. This is what the media, our government, our society, our environment, our family, our friends, everybody has told us to sort of, validate your existence instead of going out and getting more. Everybody says it's okay to be the same. Everybody says, okay, if you're the same, then you just gotta look better and make yourself feel better. No, if you want more money, if you want more success, if you want to change your life, you gotta change what you're doing. You guys have heard that before, not from me, because I'm very new here, but because from everybody else. You gotta outbeat, you gotta do everything. There's 100, 1,000 other hooligans doing what you're doing. Doesn't matter what you do. Everybody and anybody can do what you do. So how do you do it? How do you become successful doing something new? How do you become successful doing what you do? How do you become successful and outride them? You got to do more than they do. If they do, if they're promoting one Instagram post, you got to do 5. You got to flood that market, and people will hate you. But what are they going to hate you for? For promoting yourself correctly? Then you're doing the right job, right? You got to refine your process, okay? If door-to-door sales wasn't enough, then you got to post something on Kijiji or Craigslist or Amazon. Sell yourself 24/7. Find out how to make it better. Oh, I have 30 views, but no one's bought yet. Why is that? Should I change a word? Should I make it sound more exciting? Should I change the layout? Should I bold the words? What are important? What do people want to see? And sell that. Sell 24/7. All right? The internet has made it so easy for us to access all around us. And if you don't know something, find somebody who does. If you're not good at something, find somebody who is. You don't need to know all the skills right away. Eventually, you should get your bad skills to a level that's reasonable, a level that I'm going to call good. Here's the level, and this is good. But you want to bring your good skills, the things that you're naturally born with, and I don't want you to get confused between your skills with your gifts. No, that's wrong. I don't want you to get confused with your passion. What am I trying to say? I'm not sure. I'll get back to that. No, it's bothering me. I have to figure this out. It was in my head. It was clear.
Skills. We're talking about skills.
What you're good at, what you're naturally good at, is your gift. If your job is your passion, that's very different from using your gifts. Doing what you like and doing what you're good at is very often confused. Doing what you like, people tell you to do what you like. Okay, so this is the idea. I just don't know the phrase that I had in my head with it. But doing what you like and doing what you're passionate about will get you very far. But you should be using for your livelihood, your gifts, the things you're natural at. If you can combine your gifts and your passion and what you want to do, you'll fly. You'll fly. You'll just do amazing because you use what you're good at. So I'm very good at sales. I am tremendous at sales, but my passion is to help people. So I need to find reasons in my everyday life. How can I help people make sales so I can make my livelihood, so I can do it again to help people? It's very important that you guys do that. Very important. I don't know how to stress the importance of that, but you should be able to use the gifts, the things that come naturally to you in your everyday job, in your everyday life, because you'll do the best you can at it. Everybody's so used to living mediocre. Everybody's used to, being okay with just being okay. You guys have to reach out for more and want more. And I'm going to say this every single week. Dave, don't forget to signal me. But sales has tremendous value when you're tying it to an emotional being. I'm going to review Sundays. Sales has a tremendous value and tremendous gift when you take yourself and fly. When you take yourself and do it for reasons that are above you. When you take yourself, you being you is not good enough. If you guys remember Sunday's event, my free live chat here, if you guys remember that, you need to do things that lift up your family. And if you don't have family, then you need to do things that inspire your friends to live better lives. You're responsible, not for you, because all you need is a bed and a roof over your head and enough money to pay your bills, and that'll be good enough for you. But you need to over exceed that. So you need to do things with passion so that you can inspire your friends to live better lives as well. Because we only do enough to solve the problem. Once we solve the problem, we just stop. What the hell? Isn't it better to have different problems? Isn't it better to, oh, I have too much money, I don't know what to do with it, rather than, oh, here, I paid off my bills, I'm good, da, da, da. And then 1 year later, 6 months later, 3 months later, one holiday later. By the way, guys, Happy New Year. New Year is very important to me. But all of a sudden, you know, for some time after, you screw up. And then you're back in the same hole that you were. Instead of constantly using the momentum, using your success to provide more momentum, to build that momentum and fly and just go off and have bigger problems. Oh, I don't know what to eat today. That's a good problem to have. Oh, I don't know where to travel to today. That's a good problem to have. Right? I hear of people who just bought a plane and spent $400,000 on an engine, a spare engine. And this plane, you can remove the engine. But why did they buy it? Because they wanted to get where they were going faster. They wanted to have breakfast in England in less time. So they bought their own plane. That's a good problem to have. And then with money comes a lot of solution. Guys, money isn't everything. Please don't think that I think money is everything. But money is a means to freedom, which will get you the time that you need to figure out everything else. Money is not everything, guys. Again, I'm going to say this because it's very important to me, that money is not everything, but you cannot live a life. You cannot find the time. It takes a long time to find yourself, to find what you want, to do what you love, to live the life you want to without money. So money isn't everything. It's true. Money is not everything, but it is a means for the time for you to figure out everything else, for you to get everything else, for you to figure out your life. You need time for that. If you're so busy, how do I pay my bill? How do I do this? How do I do that? Then you cannot do that. You cannot free your head. I love to do yoga. I love to free my head. You cannot do that without producing that income, producing that freedom first. So you guys absolutely need to sell yourself. You guys absolutely need to go after what you want. You guys absolutely need to consistently improve your lifestyle. Not for you, not just for you, I'm going to say, but for your family. And if you don't have family, for your friends. And if you don't have friends, society's messed up, guys. Improve society. Do something more that's bigger than you, and you will feel so fulfilled. But when you do something for yourself and you become mediocre, you're going to say it's okay. So going back to sales, improve your sales. To improve your sales, improve your wants. To improve your wants, and then going to that door, face your fears directly in the eye. Guys, I look for fears all the time. I look for things that challenge me. Because when I'm challenged, I know I'm getting out of my comfort zone and I'm improving every day. People are like, how do you do that? How do you do that? Well, I just did it. I just held my breath and I did it. What's the worst that can happen? I'd be where I started. I'd get a no. But here's the problem with me, guys. I don't hear no. When people say no to me, I don't hear it. I just go after what I want again. The only time I actually ever give up is when people kick me off their property and tell me they're going to call the police for trespassing. As a salesperson, I just do things I ask later. It's better to do something and apologize, as long as it's not against the law. It's better to do things and apologize after than to ask permission. To ask permission, you need permits, time, you need so much stuff to get started. Just do it. Don't think about the how, just do it. That's the first step. Just do it. Go on to the, I hate people that come to my door. Why? They're doing their job. They're making a livelihood. What's wrong with you? Do you like to do your job well? What do? Have to put a no soliciting sign. Okay, but what do you do for work? And the answer is, ta-da! Don't do it in the States. They carry guns in marketing. Oh boy. Yes, that's why we're from Canada and we like to stay alive. Yay! Yes, but there's other ways to meet people. You don't have to go door to door. That was just an example. You can always meet people, more people. I'm in marketing. Perfect. What kind of marketing are you in? I like marketers. I don't understand marketing at all. I should learn from you. By the way, guys, we're giving away a free book if you guys stay on. Retail. Perfect. Retail marketing. Who do you market for? Getting very antsy. I should ask these questions faster so you can answer faster so I can talk more.
This is good. This is real good.
You work for retailers. Perfect. Marketing. What sort of marketing do you do? Do you do social media? Are you a marketer? Are you part of a marketing group? Or how do you guys generate your ideas? How do you guys sell yourselves? And is there competition? What do you guys do? All the above. Wonderful. So when you project an idea, what makes you guys stand alone? What makes you guys stand out from everybody else? And the answer is... We should play that Jeopardy song. We should have that Jeopardy song. Good offers, relevant. I have a problem with that word relevant, and the reason I have a problem with that word relevant in marketing is, no offense, but I'm just changing it. Relevance. Relevance is good. Okay, relevance is good. Because relevant would mean current to the times, it's not generating new ideas, but relevance is a very different way. Almost the same word, guys, but relevance, keeping things related to what you were selling is very important. However, keeping the topic on the topic is never good. You need to draw lines that connect each other. Uber is an idea that connected, actually the company is messed up itself, but it's a fantastic company. Yes, I'm going to advertise for them. Predictive and analytics. I like that too. But Uber is a company that started and disrupted the entire space. And what they did was they took the problems that people are experiencing with cab drivers, feeling cheated and people running away from the cab drivers, and they killed that. And what ended up happening was a lot of hate. And from that hate, they got a lot of criticism. And from that criticism, now the taxi companies are dying. Because after the criticism, now all the taxi companies are joining up with Uber. But Uber did something very, very interesting. They used relevance. They didn't stay relevant to the taxi business, but they used relevance. And they started delivering lunches to people. That opened a whole new market, a courier system that they could absolutely dominate and kill. It's also a better business model. I absolutely agree with you. Explain predictive analysis to me. Predictive analysis, please. Jumping, Guinard. Hey man, would you like a free book? You've been on here, you've been interactive. Would you like a free book from us? Yes? No? Awesome. Do you have The Alchemist yet? At Jumping Guinard. I forgot what I asked already, so sorry.
You have The Alchemist.
Do you have the book The Alchemist by Paul Coelho? I can't write on here because if I write on here, that's not good for you. No. Okay, can you send us an email with your details? So if you could, your phone number. Do I need to read it to be here? No, I'm gonna send you the book so that you can read the book. I'm gonna sign the book for you. No, I'm not gonna sign the book for you. It's not my book. It's not my book, okay? But I'm gonna send you this book. If you can forward the email, you get this book. I need your information, so I need your address. If you can, I would love to connect with you in person and talk more about predictive analysis because it's a little hard to read on this screen, and I'm talking to live viewers on YouTube and I'm posting this on my channel and all that. But if you can absolutely email me at mrniceguytips@gmail.com. We have other emails too, but this one is the easiest one to give free giveaways because the other one is more for our coaching business. So again, that's mrniceguytip@gmail.com. You can't see it on there. It's backwards.
No, it's not for them.
It looks backwards to me.
But not for them.
Guys, this is Dave. Jumping Guinard. This is Dave. This is my production guy. He's also my business partner.
What up, what up?
He takes care of all the back end. No, that's fine for you. Okay, can you send us an email right now with your name? And then, Dave, can you check out if we received the email from him?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we're going to get your address. We're going to get you locked and loaded right away. Thank you so much for being interactive on Periscope. As soon as that email comes in, I'll let you go.
We're done.
That's fine. I'm just going to wait until he's done. Or she. I'm sorry. But I can't until I leave Periscope. Oh, okay then. Sayonara. Again, mrniceguytypips@gmail.com. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys, and YouTube viewers. Thank you so much. Click on the link. Jump on my website, mrniceguytips.com. Like and comment. If you have any questions, I would love to answer them. Jump on. I appreciate it. Send us an email. You got the email. But there's other emails that we will actually go through. Guys, free giveaways twice weekly. Once on Sundays, once on Wednesdays. Tune in to find out the times. Thank you so much. Peace out.